All right, we will start first with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll open it up to questions. And again, when we go to questions, just raise your hand, be recognized by the table. We'll get the microphone over to you and just introduce yourself with your name and affiliation. But we'll start off with opening statement from Coach Crowley.
Just really proud of our group in a frustrating year. There was never any quit and a lot of competitiveness, including today. We've seen this game before over the last month or so. Also credit to DePaul. Obviously a really good team. Mora did a great job in the first half. And really I thought the game was just into the first quarter I think we were up 15-14 and we had, I believe, 3 turnovers and an early shot. And they converted that into 5 or 6 points to have that first quarter lead. And then second quarter, we settled for some jump shots and didn't really move the ball offensively or play within our tempo, and that got their offense going quite a bit. And then we just dug too big a hole. We gave ourselves a little bit of a chance at times second half, but to their credit, they made plays and kept that separation at that level. But proud of our group. They compete, they defend. I've got to do a better job of helping them offensively.
Right, questions for Coach? Again, raise your hand. We will get the wireless microphone over to you. We'll start with Tim here in the front row.
Coach, obviously, DePaul pretty much had their way offensively in the second half. I mean, what kind of adjustments did you make in the locker room to really, lock DePaul down as a whole on their offensive end, but even keeping Morrow in check for the most part?
Well, I thought Emily Archibald did an amazing job on Morrow. I mean, she's a phenomenal. Morrow is a phenomenal scorer, and Em really did a great job positionally and contested. And when she got her second foul early in the first half, that hurt because that was a matchup we wanted to get to with her on Morrow. So I thought that was good, and then our offense was better. We didn't turn it over as much. We made them work a little bit more on the defensive end and take as many other jumpers to let their transition get going. So I thought M's side of it, and then we were able to ball pressure some more, which disrupted some timing.
We'll go to Johnny there in the third row.
Hey, Coach, Johnny Soper, Big East Digital. Janae, another big game today. She got a nice hand there at the end from your section behind you. What did she mean to the team this year, and what did her play mean, particularly today, but all year long?
Yeah, I think the first thing she's obviously very well known and certainly well known in our state and even nationally, and for her to choose our program shows a status that is helpful with where we want to end up. I told her, and she was the leader of our competitiveness. She always competes, and she just goes really hard and guards multiple people. And when she's attacking the rim, we're pretty good offensively. And she just doesn't quit, and that is the one thing we can say about our team. So I think she's implemented that into our program, which I'm really proud of. And again, just the fact that we can be a destination for high-level people, especially ones looking to get back to New England.
Anything else for Coach? All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
DePaul's on their way. We welcome in Coach Bruno and Anissa Morrow from DePaul. So again, as usual, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll turn to questions for Anissa first, then we'll let her go, and then we'll do questions for Coach. But first, an opening statement from Coach Bruno, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Coach Crowley in Providence has had a really strong year this year, even though you might not know by looking at the record. Providence went in and beat Creighton at Creighton. They played St. John's and Marquette push games at home. Just a week ago, they went to Nova and played Nova an even game in the second half. So, we know, and we played them twice this year, and just to look at the scores might think that, and we were up 24 in Chicago on December 28th, and they came back and tied the game. So they have been a really tough ball club here in the Big East this year, and so to beat them today, we're happy for our basketball team. And now regarding our basketball team, I think you got to see one of the signature players in the country play a signature half of basketball for sure. Not that she didn't play a great game, but Anissa here was really, really special in the first half. And when someone's playing like she played in the first half, she just had a really, really great first half. And I mean, my only challenge was just keep throwing her the ball, get her the ball, and let her do what she does. And again, she really had a special half here. And then in the second half, I think we had to be more comprehensive as a team. Not, just we had to go find other places to score in the second half, and I think some of the other players did a pretty good job of stepping up and figuring that out the second half, because they were throwing a lot more people at Anissa here in the second half. So again, it's a really good win at this time of the year. The survive and advance is not a cliche. It's a statement of truth into what we do at this time of the year. So we're thrilled to be still playing in the quarters tomorrow against a really, really tough Villanova team. We really, really do appreciate how good Jim Crowley and his Providence team, how tough they made it on us today. And I just really, again, want to congratulate the great job that Anissa did here. She was excellent today.
All right, we'll start with questions for Anissa. We'll start with Johnny, and then we'll come over to the second row here.
Johnny Soper, Big East Digital. Can you describe what it's like when you're in that offensive rhythm like you were in the first half, just the way you're seeing it and how that all comes together? What's it like when you're in that zone?
I could kind of feel it before the game starts. Like, I was shooting very well in warm-ups, and I knew that I was going to have a great I was going to shoot great tonight. But the second half, it just shows that we as a team have to play together, and that's what we did tonight.
Right here in the second.
President Rosenberg DePaul. Anissa, obviously, you've been doing performances like this all season, and now you switch, shift momentum, and you have to play Villanova tomorrow. You and Maddie have gone at it, throughout the season. How do you, make sure? Obviously, in 2 losses this season, how do you, get that done tomorrow?
Just come in calm, never get complacent. Maddie is a great player, and she makes tough shots, and we have to sit down and defend Villanova tomorrow, and that's what's going to keep us in the game, and that's what could cause us to win.
Okay, Tim?
99% of the players in this conference think that a 24.11 rebound performance for a game is pretty good. You had that in the first half. I mean, what was clicking for you offensively in that first 20 minutes?
I was just in the flow. Coach Bruno never limited me to anything on the court, and he always tell me to go out there and play. And I was just in the flow. And I always go into the game challenging myself to get a double-double. In our last game, I had 22 rebounds. I know that I fell short of that, but I wanted to. That's what was my goal. And if you could get 22 rebounds, you could get 20 points easily. So I knew that coming up in here and playing defensively is more important than the offense.
Anything else for Anissa? Great. We'll let Anissa back to the locker room. We'll get reset here, and we'll take questions for Coach.
It's happening.
All right, once again, if you have a question for Coach, raise your hand. We'll get the wireless mic. We'll start over here with the DePaulia in the second row.
Coach, obviously you had a good first half, but more so it's going to have a sloppier second half. How do you fix that going into Villanova on a short turnaround?
At this time of the year, Preston, you're always trying to fix yourself, but you just have to. I thought we fixed ourselves on the fly. I mean, I thought you watched the game, and there were some possessions of dysfunction offensively, but then there were some really pretty good possessions of offense in the second half also. So I just think it's always a work in progress. And at this point in time of the year, you really just have to focus on what we have to do to beat one team tomorrow. And I think the players inside the half themselves figured out, what this quick but not in a hurry thing was. We were just too hurry. We were just too, just too scrambling and hurrying. And then once we just took our time a little bit, I thought we had some really nice possessions of dissection basketball too. So I really look at the second half as a really good half of having to get everybody together. After, when Anissa's going, you got to get the bird player the ball and just get her the ball and get her the ball in the right spots, and then she's going to go make the plays. But then that wasn't happening in the second half, and now you have to do something else. I think we have enough else that we can do, and I thought we got had some really good, nice possessions once we just settled down.
We'll go to Tim here in the front row.
As you mentioned, after the first half that Anissa had, they obviously threw more bodies at her. So when that was happening, who were you impressed by that stepped up to make up for the lack of scoring on her end in the final 20?
Oh, I think everybody did. Darian hit a couple signature Darian shots, and then we started running some, we opened up the floor and started running some things that were going to get us some cuts to the basket and some passes to the cuts to the basket as opposed to driving the ball to the basket. And I thought we actually did execute a few. And once we just settled down, when we were in a hurry, the offensive possession was really sloppy. But when we just settled down, looked for our break when it was there, didn't force things when the break wasn't there, and just took our time, I thought we really did get quite a few nice open shots at the rim out of our offense. So I thought we did get some good work on our offense in the second half.
We'll go to Johnny in the third row.
Hey, Coach, it's really hard for a team to beat another team 3 times in one season. Villanova has that challenge tomorrow night against your squad. You guys have been close this year, but what do you think the biggest key is to make that difference get over the hump?
Well, Villanova and Coach Dillon they've just done a great job this year. And Maddie Sechrist is the player of the year in this league for a reason. She's just a really, really special basketball player. And you don't really understand. You do, but you don't. You have to really be on the floor coaching against her and just see her right in front of you to understand how long she is, how versatile she is, how many different ways she can score the basketball. But Lucy Olson is a really special point guard also. Maddie Burke is a really good three-point shooting player. Runyon comes off the bench. So they've got 4 players. Orhill, however, number 4, Orhill, she does a great job. Mullen does a great job in her role. So they just really do a great job of everybody playing their role. They got the great go-to player that they can go get a bucket in any kind of way. So that's just really what makes them really challenging. And in game 2, it was a really interesting game because we got down a lot of points. I think we were down 20 in that game and came back and put the game to a 61-60 game, with inside of a couple minutes to play, and we had the basketball and we kind of let it get away from us at the end of that game. So I expect it to be. This is why this is a great league. The teams at the top are really good. UConn and Nova are at the top. Creighton's really good, but everybody in this league is really good. So I'm just excited to be still playing. I'm excited for our players to still be playing, and we love playing ranked teams. So it's just nice to be able to have a couple ranked teams in the Big East at this time of the year. So we're excited about playing another ranked basketball team.
Anything else for Coach? All right, Coach, we'll
Thanks
see you
everybody
tomorrow.
for covering women's basketball. Much appreciated.
All right, DePaul, Villanova tomorrow at 7.
Thanks. Preston, did the DePaul fly you out here? Hallelujah! You didn't have to spend your own dime? Oh, God bless America. God bless them.